What's up everybody, Jemillio here with another video. Now SuperX has just come out with something called Super Suits. It is a new collection of tops that they're adding to their already growing library of different things. It's not replacing anything, it's in addition. But what is it? Is there anything special about it? How is it different from the shirts they already make? Why should I care? All of these questions are going to be answered in this video. Now, this is not going to be a review of any particular collection or any particular design or anything like that. It's just an overview of what these super suits are and what you should expect if you decide to pick one up for yourself. So let's get right into it. Now I'm gonna take you guys through an unboxing of the product. They come in these hard cases, but before I do that, I first wanna answer some basic couple questions. First off, what is Super Suit? Super Suit is just a trademark name that SuperX owns for their seamless tops. What is a seamless top? If you go on Google, you'll find more information on it, but in short, a seamless top is a knitted garment that is made in a continuous tube. So what that means is you have less seams on it. Most shirts are flat laid, the material is laid flat and it's cut. These are made differently. So you have usually no seam on the side there. You might just have a seam on the arm and on the upper trap.
Seamless essentially comes down to the method by which the garment is manufactured. The biggest difference in which seamless sportswear gets its name is in how the fabric itself is created. Where we have traditional cutting and sewing, where the factory itself would purchase a roll of fabric that is pre-dyed, and that would arrive at the factory, and we would have what are known as sewing patterns. All of those pieces are then overlaid on top of a traditional fabric roll, and those pattern pieces are cut out and then they are sewn together with a seamstress. Versus with seamless knitted sportswear, this uses advanced technology, and they create these circular knitting machines, and it's based on a series of needles that are arranged in a circular pattern. With seamless sportswear, that entire fabric is made on a singular tube in the factory, and then whatever is excess is cut out, and then everything is joined together.
Because of that, you have something that is tightly knitted. It's kind of like a compression material. If you want to know what a seamless shirt looks like, a more common one you may have seen is like Gymshark. They tend to make a lot of seamless shirts. There's a lot of other athletic brands that sort of make them, but that's all Super Suit is. It is just a trademark name for SuperX's version of a seamless shirt. The second question I want to get out of the way is, how does it differ from SuperX's other shirts? Well, first off, let's go over the performance shirt. If you want to know what the performance shirts tend to look like, look at all of my other videos about SuperX clothing. They almost always have a performance shirt, and you can see how they fit. They all pretty much fit the same. But in short, it is a poly spandex blend or nylon and spandex blend. This is what the inside of the garment looks like. This is what the outside of the garment looks like. And it's pieces of fabric cut up and then stitched together to sort of give that like armored look. But it's very light, very flowy. It hugs the arms and the chest a little bit, but it's very loose in the body. Now, what about the MMA rash guards? With the MMA rash guard, they all look like this on the inside. On the outside, it is just a sublimation print. And the material is going to be slick and thicker because it is made for a full contact combat sport. So for things like wrestling and jiu-jitsu, when you're rubbing up against a mat, when you are in close proximity to somebody and they are grabbing you and your shirts are rubbing up against each other, you want a tougher material that can stand up to that constant pulling and rubbing. This, the seamless, is not like either of these shirts. This is the case that the Super Suits will come in. It's a hard case, and there will be a removable lanyard on it. Let me give you a close-up look on the SuperX branding there. Here's what the underside of it looks like. And it's a double zipper. The nice thing that I like about this case too is it's very easy to get the shirt in and out. There's a large in here, a large shirt in here, and I've already taken the shirt out, I've worn it, and getting it back in, I just rolled it up. I didn't even roll it, I didn't even fold it up neatly, and it's very easy to get it in and out. So here's the shirt. Let me take that out. The only thing that is in here is a card on the bottom with some of the fabric technology that's listed there. And that's it. It's gusseted like this with this nylon material. So if you have stuff in there, it'll kind of keep it secure, but that's the case. Now, let me show you what every seamless piece will come with. You're gonna get two tags. One of them is going to say HydroCool The other one is going to say SilverPlus. I'm gonna get into what those two things are in a little bit, but each of these cards is gonna have a little bit of info on that and a QR code that you can scan that will tell you more about it. This is how the seamless shirt looks. So here's the outside, here's one of them, and here's the inside, and you can kind of see how the material is completely different. It is this knitted type of fabric. Now with the seamless shirts, you can only do a maximum of 2 colors. But the nice thing about the design is all of this is a part of the shirt. None of this is silk screened on. None of this was added on after. It was literally added as the shirt was being made. So even if you look at like SuperX down the spine, you can see how the lettering is a part of the garment. Nothing's gonna peel or chip or flake, and you still have a ton of stretch on here. Also, the fit. So the performance shirt typically is very loose and flowy in the body. The MMA Rash guard is a little bit, more compressive. This is a compression shirt, but they're different from other compression shirts. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later, but it is a compression shirt. So it's gonna fit closer to the body, hug you in the arms and the chest. It is not gonna be loose and flowy in the body like the performance shirt's gonna be. Now let's talk about the technology that's in these shirts. The first one is SilverPlus. SilverPlus is a proprietary way that the manufacturer applies a chemical called silver chloride. Now silver chloride is something that is used in a variety of different things, but primarily, I'll say primarily, but one of the ways that it's used a lot is in medical grade equipment, like for wound dressing, because it has antibacterial properties. What does that mean for the shirt? Well, if you treat the fabric with silver chloride, that helps prevent the growth of bacteria. Why should you care about that? Because that's what makes your clothes smell. So if you're wearing a regular cotton shirt and you sweat in the shirt, it's drenched in your sweat, even if the shirt dries, you will generally have the shirt start to smell because that's where bacteria begins to grow, in the moisture. When it's treated with that, it prevents the growth of bacteria, so it's gonna keep your shirt smelling fresher longer. Also, issue with cotton shirts is even if you're washing your shirts regularly, if you wear them and sweat in them and sweat in them and sweat in them, over time, the shirt can begin to get a smell and hold on to a smell. A shirt like this, as you're washing it time and time again, the likelihood of that smell developing over time, even with multiple washes, is much, much lower, again, because of the antibacterial properties of that silver chloride. What does the HydroCool technology do? What that does is when you're sweating, when you're wearing the shirt, it helps pull the sweat up from your skin through the fabric to the top of the fabric, so it dries off much faster, giving you sort of a cooling sensation. Most shirts, like a cotton shirt, they will soak up your sweat and it'll sit in the shirt and it will take hours for it to dry. A shirt like this is more quick drying because it's pulling it up to the surface so the wind can hit it faster, which again is gonna keep you drier. It's gonna keep you from working out in a soggy shirt as long, and it's going to also help prevent the growth of bacteria as well. The last 2 questions I wanna go over are, what's the fit of these shirts and who are these shirts typically for? This is a compression shirt. Make no mistake, it's a compression shirt. Now, the nice thing about these are they're not as tight as some other compression shirts out there from some other brands. Some other brands, you have to go up a whole size, like you have to. On these, you really don't. I wear an extra large in my other shirts. Sometimes I'm a large, like I'm wearing a large in this. I wear an extra large in the seamless, and I can even wear a large if I want. You don't really have to size up. I would say stick with whatever size you typically get. Maybe you can size up one if you want. If you're in between sizes, then go to the next size up. But if you confidently wear a medium in all your shirts, you can get a medium in these and you'll be fine. Something else too that I like about the fitting of these compression shirts is you have more room in the body. Some compression shirts are stuck to you. It's like a second skin where it is just right there on your torso. It hugs every nook and cranny. This does give you a little bit more room in the body. So it's a compression shirt, but it's not as tight as some other brands. Who are these super suits primarily for? Well, really, it's for guys who are active and they work out and they watch what they eat. That's really what that's really who these shirts are for. If you're the kind of person where you bust your ass in the gym, you make sure that you're on top of what you eat, you like keeping yourself looking a certain way, and you want to wear clothing that sort of shows off that hard work that you put into yourself, That's who this kind of shirt is for. If you're somebody who likes very loose, baggy fitting clothing, then it's not for you. If you are somebody who does not like compression shirts, don't buy 2 sizes up and try to make it fit, because then it's gonna dangle down like a dress. If you don't like compression shirts, you don't like something fitting you very snug, then simply don't get the shirt. It wouldn't be for you. But I'm trying to give you some free game here. Don't go 2 sizes up. If you're normally a large, don't buy a double XL saying, well, maybe it'll fit me looser. It's gonna look weird. So if you don't like compression shirts, it's just not gonna be for you. And that's what a super suit is. It's just an expansion of their library. They're still gonna make their track suits. They're still gonna make the shorts and all that kind of stuff. It's just opening up the library a little bit. If you want to see an up-close look of the new seamless shirts coming out with each collection, as well as the other track suits and shorts and stuff, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I do full breakdowns of all of their collections. You can also use my discount code at checkout, Jemil, Jemil. It will give you 15% off anything on their site if you're trying to save some money. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the love as always, and I'll see you in the next one.